Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another one of our best class setups in Modern Warfare. As of the most recent balance changes, there have been some serious changes to the meta recently, and there are a lot of weapons that sort of were good and then weren't good and now are good again. Like loads and loads of changes have been through the game, and one weapon that didn't actually get touched by the nerfs or the most recent changes at all is the Ram 7 that we're going to talk about here today. We have a new class setup, and I've been complaining about the Ram 7 before as being fantastic assault rifle option, but being a little bit too sluggish and sort of not as fast or as competitive as some of the other assault rifles. The no stock nerf has seen us drop the no stock from a lot of these weapons, and now the Ram 7 does compete with these guns again. Basically being able to have a super high fire rate as well as being pretty accurate and still being very, very mobile as sort of when you do compare it to some of the other weapons in the game. Just before we do get into talking about our class setup with the Ram 7 here, let's try and get this one to 28 likes. A little bit of a less like goal than the most previous video, but I think we can get there pretty easily. You guys have been fantastic recently with all the likes, comments, and subscribing. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you do hit that subscribe button if those notifications turned on, just so you get notified when these videos go live. We still got loads of stuff to cover in the most recent patch. Like there are loads of stuff and loads of classes that I want to make, loads of guns that I want to talk about. There's so much content to cover. We've had to make like 6 videos in one day. Like there's just so much content to cover. So hopefully you do guys stick around for all of that. Let's jump into this Ram 7 class here because this is an absolute ripper here. We've got a fantastic one for you guys today. So we will gloss over our sidearm perks and grenade choices here, but you can see the Ram 7 is a little bit different. It's not as long as it used to be. We've changed some changes. But as I said, we'll talk about our secondary perks and grenade choices here first. The secondary of choice in this particular class setup, we've had a new secondary in each one of these videos this week. We're going with the Akimbo 357s. Still one of the most powerful options in this game. Does get overlooked by some of the other options, but man, like a little bit of a tip here. If you are on PC and you do increase your FOV like I have to 120, the hit fire on your screen will appear smaller, making it very, very easy to hit those shots with Akimbo weapons, as including the 357s here, which we've set up like this with the compensator on the muzzle for that recoil control, the 357 long barrel to increase our damage range, the lightweight trigger to increase our fire rate, the snake shot of course to make us very, very deadly at those close range situations, and the Akimbo perk. As I said, we get a very, very tight hip fire with this as a result of increasing our FOV, but this is still a very powerful option on console as well, so don't think this is trash on console just because I'm mentioning PC here. The usual perk setup of EOD, Ghost, and Tracker does apply here because these are very, very powerful options in the game at the moment. I've said EOD, Ghost, and Tracker about 1,000 times this week because they are just so powerful. You can of course change them out whatever you like, but this is my preferred option. In the lethal slot, we are going with the C4 because it's just so useful. Like it's very, very powerful and deadly. Either you chuck it over a wall, chuck it around a corner, and so on. And you can use it as a little bit of a smoke screen. So you need to get cross a gap, you chuck it out, blow it up, and then cross while the smoke still lingers is very, very useful. And this dim shot, of course, you just can't go past it really. Like you can run your stuns and your flashes, but you're a bit of a coward if you run stuns and flashes in this game. No word of a lie. Like if you're one of those people, not good. As for our Ram 7 class setup here today, as I said, we've made some changes here. This was one of the better weapons in the game, but it was a little bit too sluggish, and that was where it did have a downfall for me when you did compare it to the other assault rifles. But with the most recent nerf to the no stock, we've seen it get taken off a lot of weapons, bringing them all sort of into line with the Ram 7. So starting us off here with the muzzle slot, we do have the monolithic suppressor for the sound suppression and damage range. Again, we do get about a 10% increase to our damage range here, which is very, very powerful with this weapon. Normally, we do have the Ranger, FSS Ranger barrel here for that range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. But this is one of the culprits of making us too slow. So we've dropped it here. You don't see us dropping the barrel options on too many of our class setups, but this and the CR56 AMX I think do perform a little bit better without the barrel, especially in terms of moving around the map, being quite quick, fast, and more mobile than we were previously. So we're skipping the barrel here, and instead we are taking the XRK close quarter stock for that aim down sight speed, being able to get these sights up nice and quickly. I love the iron sights on the Ram 7. It's just a shame I don't get to use them more often, but as with the balance changes, we've seen them get used more often. So close quarter stock here, get those sights up nice and quickly is very, very powerful. As for the rear grip slot, we're looking at the stipple grip tape. Always aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Being able to get those sights up nice and quickly is very, very important. 50 round mags just because the weapon does have a very, very fast fire rate, meaning we do run out of ammo quite quickly if we are just running these stock 30 round mags. So 50 is always a fantastic option on the Ram 7, basically a required attachment. And lastly, we do have the Commando foregrip here for that recoil stabilization. Basically, this does help us bring our recoil into line with that horizontal recoil, allows us to hit all of our shots, making it very, very accurate of a weapon. You can, of course, include the Merc foregrip in this as well with that recoil control, and also looking at the hip fire accuracy. Being able to spray people with a weapon that does have a very fast fire rate, just sort of hip fire, is very, very strong. So do consider this as well. Alrighty, so if you are still here, we're going to jump into some gameplay now with this Ram 7 class. You'll notice that it is absolutely fantastic, and we did very well in this particular game here. If you are going to drop out of the video at this stage, I do appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much for watching. But yeah, as I said, we're going to jump into some gameplay here, and we'll see how we get on. So a team deathmatch on Shoot House Megastore, not Shoot House at all. I don't know what this map's called. I don't know what any of the maps are called in this game. Is always a good way to show off a I did not see that guy at all. I'm not going to lie. I figured there'd be somebody in there, but I just didn't see him. This is a very, very powerful weapon in this game. Come on, peek me again, you nerd. Idiot. Why did you peek that again? Like, you should have known I was going to kill you. You should know better than to challenge the king. But most people don't respect. Most people don't. As I said, most people don't respect the king. Fair enough. You pull up on me with the 725. That is very upsetting. But I just love the fire rate on this particular gun. Like, the Ram 7 has always been a favorite. How do you get up there? Always been a favorite weapon of mine, just the high fire rate. I'm always drawn to high fire rate weapons in games like these just because it makes it very, very easy to just get multiple kills. We are getting surrounded here. This is very, very bad. There's a man up there. Did hit him. Oh, that is... This is a very bad situation to be in, but we did play that quite well there. Okay, we didn't play that very well. A little bit unfortunate, but man, these most recent balance changes have given so much to the game. Like, just being able to sort of have new class setups changes the game so much, makes the game a little bit more interesting, a lot more fun. Just having new options does keep the game from getting stale, which does happen occasionally from time to time. When you see me sort of not being able to make videos and coming up with loads of like viewer classes, that's when sort of the game's getting a little bit stale for me, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's always good to interact with you guys with those viewer class setups. But man, this thing is an absolute stomper. I feel like we don't even miss the changing of the barrel option here. Like, taking off the barrel has been an absolute... No? Oof, nah, we don't want to get involved in that. It's been an absolute fantastic option here. Like, I always did complain previously about the Ram 7 being much too slow. Like, it never competed with the other weapons in terms of sort of mobility, but it was always sort of one of the better options in the game just because it was very fast firing, pretty accurate, and had sort of pretty easy to control recoil. We're just going to wait. We're just going to wait here. Nice. Should we continue our flank? I think we should continue our flank. These are the situations in which I would rather have the Merc foregrip over the Commando foregrip, just for that hip fire accuracy, so we don't have to aim down sight, but I mean, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm not too concerned about that right now. We got the dead silence. We're going in behind the... Okay, they're going to come towards us right now. No? Maybe? Yes. I was correct. Okay, we got to just expect these guys to keep coming at us because, I mean, when people get killed in this game in ways like that, they look for revenge, like, basically immediately. Like, people come for you hard. Like, they do not respect people sitting there getting kills like that. They always come at you. And they keep coming at you. They do not stop. There is no respect in this game. But we are just trying to bitch this out a little bit here. Just trying to get our support helo in the sky. Where are these guys? We're going to get snuck up on here eventually. Is there anybody? Yes, there is still people playing in this game. There's somebody up here. But we're going to sprint and give away our position. I knew it! I knew it! I knew we were going to mess that up. So you can see, because we do have a quite high FOV here, the hip fire accuracy on this is a lot tighter. Like, brother man, you should not have come in that room. Let's sit in the truck. Nobody sits in the truck. We get a chance to reload here. We're going to take our opportunity. See, like, that guy didn't... He was not expecting us to sit in there. To be fair, I wouldn't have expected anyone to be sitting in that truck. That's kind of dirty. Okay, so they're at the other end of the map, which is fine. We can sort of make our way over there. They're going to come down the left here. So I should have expected that. I should have pre-fired that. We're going to pre-fire it now. We're going to pre-fire it now. No, the accuracy. Oh, the recoil bounced up to the left, and I didn't want it to. Sometimes it does pay attention, or it does pay to pay attention to where your enemies, or your teammates rather, do get killed from. And we are going to lose this game because we're bad. And shipment superstore, mega super warehouse, like Walmart, big mansion warehouse thing, whatever this map's called. It does get a little bit boring when there's like, it's a 6v6, like this is a way better map on 10v10 and sort of objective game modes when there's more people to shoot, but I think we've done a fairly good job here, even with the limited opportunities to get those. Leave me alone, you bully. And wrap off with a final kill there. I think we did it fine. I think we did like, what, 25 and 13-ish? Let me check the watch. Check the watch! I couldn't check the watch. So 25 and 7 is pretty good there. You can see that this class absolutely slaps, and we'll have our final thoughts in just a second. Alrighty, so I'm actually very impressed with this particular Ram 7 class. As I did mention a couple of times in the gameplay, you do have to get a little bit used to the recoil if you have used a class like this before. And I probably should have done a little bit more testing, like with that up and to the left recoil. It can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but it's not too big of a deal if you know what to expect. The more you practice with this weapon, the better you'll get with it, and it is absolutely fantastic. Like the high fire rate and the accuracy combined, just very powerful, along with being able to get those sights up very quickly. It makes this weapon an absolute banger. One of the best class setups in the game at the moment, just because everything is sort of getting a little bit slower. The assault rifles aren't going to be as fast as they used to be. Like, the no stock is still good on some weapons and not so good on others, so this does bring it back into line with some of those other assault rifles, while being a little bit more mobile than it used to be, as we have dropped the barrel. The barrel was holding us back a little bit while making us very accurate and sort of dealing great damage at range. We were able to not move around the map very easily. We were a little bit slow on the aim down sight speed and the handling and the movement speed, so not super good there. You can, of course, change out the Commando foregrip for the Merc foregrip if you do prefer, but I love this class setup, man. The Ram 7 has always been one of my favorite guns in the game, so hopefully you did enjoy this one. It does help you out if you are looking for a fantastic Ram 7 class setup. Look no further than this particular beauty here. Thank you very much for watching this one. As I said earlier, we're looking for like between 25 and 30 likes. I can't remember what I said. I can never remember what I say with the like targets on these, but do help me out there and try and get whatever I said the target was. Also, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I think we're at like 2,000 something or whatever subscribers, like 2,120 odd. I don't remember. I don't actually have the numbers right in front of me, but it's very proud of all of you guys for getting me to these high numbers. I love it so much. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!